Can you share more about your book so it help not only all of us who are joined here as well as all the people who are looking at us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook to know more about your book?
Thank you, Dr. K. I think I'll first of all start with thank you very much everyone for coming here. I'm really grateful and thankful that I got this opportunity to speak at Sharjah International Book Fair. It's a big honor to me. And about this book, Consistency, the Key to Growth and Transformation. This is, the theme of, it all starts with a book is not just a slogan for me. It really started, it has a lot of resonance to me, in this journey of writing my book. So the book writing journey started a few months back. I was in a conversation with a friend of mine and we were discussing about resilience, about setting intentions and what it takes to be successful and move forward in your career, in your life. And suddenly it just came out from my mouth that consistency is the key. And it was like the turning point. That's when I decided I'm going to write a book. And then I went on to write the book on 14th of Jan 2024. I had a coaching session with my book coach, Dr. K, and finished the book, the book workshop, and by 28th of Feb, I had finished the manuscript. And by 28th of April, the book was in print. And the speed with which my book completed, I knew that this was a calling from the universe. Exactly, I have always wanted to empower people, but I didn't know how. I didn't know how to go ahead. And then I knew that this is the way to start the journey. So I'm really thankful for that. And then I went on to not only write this book, but I have also recently launched my coaching program that is to empower leaders on their journey to success. The leaders and both the book and my coaching program, the common thing in this is empowering through consistency. And many of you, if I ask, who does not make a New Year resolution? Everybody? Yes? But how many of you face that situation where after a few weeks that resolution is gone? Okay. And okay. So, however, consistency is what actually keeps you going. And I have faced a lot of questions as to how do you be consistent, and that's what I've tried to cover in this book as well as in my program. That consistency is not about doing the same things every day at the same time, at the same duration. That's not consistency. Consistency is really showing up for yourself. Even if you decide on, first of all, set an intent, set a goal, then break it into really small chunks. And when you do it really small, you're able to maintain it. And when you maintain it, what happens is you are actually showing that trust in yourself. And when you show that trust in yourself, confidence is automatically born. And when the confidence increases, then your motivation increases, and that 10 minutes per day then turns into 15 minutes, and then slowly and steadily that becomes a habit, and then it is not a struggle at all. And that applies to not only your daily routines but also your leadership journey. So if you want to go on that journey to be a C-suite, it's all about getting into that consistent routine, finding what is your goal and getting on that path, being resilient, whatever may be the roadblocks, be resilient and continue. So as I am standing here today, that's my message to you all, that let it be, not any day, but the first day. Pick up the book or join our program on CPO Launchpad to start your journey to your leadership and your success. Thank you so much.
Can you also share about CPO Launchpad program?
Okay, so this is also very interesting. Like, of course, after having the writing journey has been so empowering to me. It brought clarity to me that how I can really empower people to empower others and build a community where everyone is successful and able to meet their goals and resolutions. So while that clarity came to me, I happened to meet my partner Tanuka, and we both discussed, and what we realized on our research and journey is that there are many specialists in the market. Okay, so what are the attributes of a leader? The most common attributes of the leader are: you have to have strategic thinking, you need to be a people person, you need to influence people, etc. Now, what we rooting on my corporate experience, especially in procurement and the operational excellence, what we have seen is the procurement leaders have gone a very huge transformation and evolution from being a back office leader to today they are sitting at the table making strategic decisions for the company. And the qualities that a procurement leader brings to the table over and above the common qualities are, they need to not only be having strategic thinking, innovation, but they also need to have ethics. They need to know how to make strategic partnership. They need to know sustainability, and they bring all these qualities, which becomes kind of a very easy route to your C-suite position. So if you are in a procurement, you're a procurement leader, you are much more easier to get you into that, because you already imbibe all the qualities that a leader needs, plus additional qualities. And so there are so many examples like big leaders like Thomas Cook, etc., who progress from being a CPO to a CEO because they are already well aware of the strategic, not just the strategic things, but the product hierarchy, what is required to run that product, plus the operational excellence. So when they know all this, going up to the top to lead the company on the revenue side and other directions of the company, it becomes easier. So keeping that in mind, I hope I have answered your question.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gita, for sharing in. How many of you heard a quote said, behind every successful man there is a woman, but there is the same quote that behind every successful woman there is a man. So I want to call that man on the stage, and you know, to have a little chit chat with him too. So give him a big round of applause for being a powerful support.
He is really the pillar of support. Without
yes.
him, I wouldn't be here.
So I want to ask you a very important question. How did you feel when you saw the book in, Gita's hand, and when, or maybe the box was delivered, you saw the first book in your hand? How was the feeling looking at the book?
Good evening, everyone, first of all. And the feel that if you asked, I think being a partner for the last 24 years, I saw her as a support engineer. Now she's an author. So first I felt is proud. I was really proud.
Wow.
And happy. And apart from we all our families and friends, everybody. So thank you so much. I think you to the big step. I mean, she was under your training. Okay, so that was it. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much for being a powerful support. As a family, we need a very powerful support as a family, then only we can be. I also want to call future leaders here, because I know there are leaders sitting in this room. I want them to share about how they feel when they got to know that the book was launched. Come on. Let me call the future scientists and CEOs and musicians or footballers. We don't know. Yes. How did you feel when you saw the book in first time in your hand?
It felt cool.
What? Wow. Well, how did you feel?
I was really happy when I first saw the book. I was like, Can I see it? Can I see it? And then when I opened it, I saw a lot of books and I was really happy.
Okay. Do you feel more pressure now? Mom is author, and we have to study more hard, and we have to perform, because everyone in the school will say, "Oh, your mom is author. Your English should be perfect." Huh?
I'm really happy.
Wow, he's really happy. He want to enjoy, and he's feeling very cool because he is the son of author, right? Awesome, thank you. I want to open the forum to ask you questions on consistency, because I know consistency is one challenge we all, always think of to overcome. Any question on consistency? Consistency in the gym, consistency in the diet, consistency in the work, consistency in the meditations, consistency everywhere, right? Or rather, consistency nowhere. So, any questions on the consistency?
So, we all know, I think somewhere in our heart we all know that we need to be regular, and we have to put it in plain words, but consistency is really important. So, but we struggle. So, how do we start? What is that first step that we should take to really help us in this journey? Because that's where I struggle actually. Yeah. So
Okay.
Same question.
Thank you for that question, Jason. I would say everything starts with first that making that intent. Making the intent that I want to do this, that's the first step. Because if you don't make the intent, you have not taken the first step. Then the next step is breaking it to, small chunks. Break it into small chunks and start small. And that's where I think most of them go wrong, is they try to do too many things at the same time. Start really small, but show up every day until it becomes a habit. And so the starting of the intent is the discipline that you are, setting up, that I want to do this. Be it, wanting to go on a health regime or anything else. So start that and start small. And I was just talking to Dr. K earlier in my podcast, like the other thing is try to club it, okay? Club it with something that you do every day. You brush every day, you may be having a coffee every day. There are things that you don't have to force yourself to do. You will do it eventually. So try to club this new intent with something like that. So when you do that, you'll decide that, okay, if it is, say, writing a book, let me, write or read a book, let me at least read one page before I have my coffee. So when you club it, it becomes easier to do it. Or the next other very, very powerful thing is finding an accountability partner, that is the coupling. That who will, even if you feel like you're going to miss out on something or you're not going to feel, that accountability partner will bring you back to, force you to get. And it's actually only about starting. The moment you start, then it gets going. Like example, me and my partner, business partner, we call each other every day consistently since the time we have come together. And if I'm not feeling good about it, I feel like, oh, today I don't want to, but just because she's called me, I get on the call. And when we get on the call, we end up discussing our stuff for hours together. So it's that starting point. And if you have an accountability partner, it will really take you.
thank you so much.
Thank you for the question.
No, so even when she was discussing, a thought came to my mind, which is a little opposite to consistency. Sometimes we also need to break consistency, which is called bad habits. Someone is smoking, maybe drinking, maybe
Very true.
eating a lot of sweets. I look at the pastry and, oh my God, I can't control. So maybe that's where I need to break consistency, because if I eat a pastry a day, every day, then everyone would know that I'm eating pastry. So how do I break a consistency also? Can you give a lot of people are into bad habits. I don't think anything is bad or good, but at least if you feel any habit which you want to break it down, then how do you break that habit
Yes, so if you want to break something, then the best way is, again, like you say that, okay, you want to stop drinking tea. Okay, if you want to stop drinking tea, for example, You can say that, okay, I'm not going to drink it for the next 2 hours. Then and then you drink.
So take small steps.
Take small steps. Today, instead of 8 o'clock, I'll drink it only at 10 o'clock. And once you are able to meet that, what you have done is you have kept the promise to yourself. Tomorrow you say, okay, let's do it for 3 hours. And gradually you can actually undo and not stop suddenly one day, because the second day you're going to come back again. So the same formula applies to both.
Okay. One more question I have on consistency is, as a parent, we also need to push consistency to our children in the house, and because of age group and generation gap, sometimes it's difficult to force things upon them. So any advice as a parent to build consistency habit in our children?
Yeah, so on that front, what I would say is that instead of, children are like sponge. Okay, you want to build something into them, you have to show them, they have to see. Even if you feel they are not, listening to you, they're not, following your advice, you do it consistently and you will see that they will follow you.
Yeah. Kids don't learn from listening, they learn from seeing.
They
observing.
learn from seeing.
So
they absorb. So even if you think, it's like my experience is like I have been telling them so many things and I think that, they don't understand, they have forgotten. But they actually surprise me after many years. I can hear that they're still talking about that thing. So it is a sponge, they absorb. So you do it, you show them and they will absorb it.
One last request I have, you have a seat, and can you read one paragraph from your book, whatever you feel, or maybe whatever comes in front of you right now for all of us as an author?
I think I will like to read the last chapter.
A paragraph.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the value of coaching beyond self-help books and videos. So you have learned the importance of dedication, and yet sometimes even the most dedicated individuals who have been following several best practices and self-help guides find themselves stuck. They are unable to overcome the roadblocks or achieve their goals or unlock their full potential. Self-help material often provide a temporary boost in motivation. However, many a times it is found that sustaining that motivation for consistent action can be challenging. Revisiting the same material repeatedly may not rekindle the same level of enthusiasm, as it often lacks personalized approach and accountability critical for sustained habit. Sustained habit formation. This is where coaches and their coaching come to rescue. It is much more sustainable model as it goes deep inside and makes a fundamental change in the individual beliefs and behaviors. Through coaching, you can receive personalized guidance and support, gain clarity in your thinking, rewire your mindset for growth, establish clear and achievable goals, track your progress, hold you accountable.
Thank you very much. So I also believe in, if you have a coach with you, the life is simple. Because everything lies in the responsibility of coach, not yours. You just need to follow what is being said. I would like to thank Gita for creating a legacy. Books are legacy. How many of you know that we all are going to die for sure? Like we all. Books don't die. They become part of our life for a couple of generations to preserve and transform the knowledge to next generation. So thank you, Gita, to become immortal from your
Thank you.
book. Thank you for doing it, and this book will keep helping people hundreds of years and thousands of years to build more consistency in them. Thank you very much for writing this powerful book. Thank you for making your mission to help people to break their limits. Because we have all limits here, we have to break those limits. So thank you, Gita, for helping all of us to break our limits. And last words, and we can close the session.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming here and listening to me. And I would again urge you all that start your transformation journey and your journey towards leadership by taking that first step today. Okay, so you can either buy the book or you can enroll into our coaching program that will take you, empower you through consistency, to consistently lead to your leadership destination. Thank you very much once again. Thank you very much, Dr. K. And thank you everyone who has helped me in this journey, one and all. Without your help, this wouldn't have been possible.
Thank you everyone for joining in, and we would like to thank Sharjah International Book Fair for hosting a platform where authors can launch their books, speak to a lot of audience, and this is the platform where 25 million books are presented. So we are surrounded by the solo books right now. Enjoy Sharjah International Book Fair, and thank you everyone for joining me. Bye-bye.